Yeah. So I went back to bed, trying to get some sleep. I guess you can see how puffy my eyes still are. I go and try talking about a devil a few moments ago. And now here I am thinking about the American people. And I'm trying to, see what approach to deal with the situation of evil. How do you really fix it? Where is the best spot to approach from? And I'm reminded that, what we say about people who are evil, people who are not. We talk about people who are good and kind. We talk about black and white, and so on and so forth. We talk about politicians and we talk about non-politicians. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at America. America's always been going through some changes. People are always going through sufferings, especially some more than others. And I'm here thinking, I'm reminded that white people, President of the United States, and I'm not just talking about Trump, he's the devil. I'm talking about people who you didn't call the devil. Let's see who. George Bush or Biden. Biden, let's leave it Biden. No, let's not use Biden. Yeah, let's use Biden. Biden, let's use three now. Biden was the president of the United States. White people. And while the Democrat white was president of the United States, there were people unemployed, people homeless, people who had no real outlook for life. They were going through changes, sleeping on the street in the snow. That's a white man, Democrat. Then we had a black man, Democrat. A black man, Democrat. And I was reminded that even at that time we had people unemployed, we had people homeless, we had people sleeping on the street, and so on and so forth. Then I'm reminded about another white man who was not a Democrat. He was a Republican. And he was president. And I'm reminded that while he was president, there were people who were unemployed, who were homeless, who had nothing to eat and sleeping on the street in the snow. And so I saw these politicians, and I didn't see any difference in these politicians. Then I turned around and I looked at the American people. And all of these politicians were talking to the people. And I'm trying to see, what did they say that had the people acting and responding the way that they responded. In other words, it didn't matter whether they were black or white. It didn't matter what they said. They ended up, the American people, receiving politicians who, in the end of the day, people were unemployed, people were homeless, people were sleeping in the street. And I'm thinking, is it the politician or is it the people? And I'm not just talking out of the hot air. It means so much to me till I ran for president of the United States at least 4 times. If you think I'm lying, ask my wife. Because for me, I thought that people needed careers. I thought that people needed to participate in life. I'm convinced that if you need careers, you participate in life, then I'm thinking that by doing that, you should never be homeless. You should never be hungry. You should never be sleeping in the streets. But you know what? None of the American people, none of them accepted that. They kept on getting what they got. And I just woke up this morning thinking about, who's the fool?